Behold young King Tribhuvan of Nepal, crowned at the astonishing age of just 5 in 1911. A tiny monarch taking on immense responsibility, symbolizing both tradition and the weight of an ancient kingdom's expectations. Step back to 1904 as New York unveils its very first subway. Crowds swarmed the underground tunnels, marveling at this marvel of modern engineering, a transformative moment that forever changed urban life and city travel. On July 19, 2005, 19-year-old Lavana Johnson was tragically found dead in her Iraq tent. Despite clear signs of abuse and assault, her death was ruled a suicide, highlighting a haunting and unresolved injustice. In 1937, Yugoslav Prime Minister Milan Stojadinovic ceremoniously lays the foundational stone for Belgrade's Faculty of Law. A historic moment capturing ambition, education, and the shaping of future leaders in the heart of the city. In the late 1950s, Nat King Cole's family moved into a wealthy white Los Angeles neighborhood. Facing threats, a burned cross, and even their dog poisoned, they courageously stood their ground for decades. This glass negative from early 1900s Junction City, Kansas, captures a lively sleepover party. The host's affluence is clear, with 4 maids standing in the background, offering a rare glimpse into private domestic life of the era. After the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, East German soldiers refuse a handshake from a West German citizen. This tense, symbolic moment reflects lingering divisions and the complex emotions of reunification in a changing Germany. In 1933, Nazi propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels glares at the camera upon discovering the photographer, Alfred Eisenstadt, was Jewish. This striking image captures the tension, hatred, and looming darkness of early Nazi Germany. Stanley and Catherine McCormick, heirs to a vast fortune, grappled with severe mental illness that shaped their lives. Their struggles highlight the broader historical and social understanding of mental health in influential families. On September 10, 1958, Anacostia High School in Washington, D.C., welcomed students during its recent integration. This historic moment captures the courage, tension, and hope as the community began confronting racial barriers in education. This image marks the tragic death of May Hawes, a moment frozen in time that invites reflection on the circumstances surrounding her passing and the human stories that history often leaves untold. This publicity shot from 1963 features Elizabeth Montgomery and Jill St. John promoting Paramount's comedy Who's Been Sleeping in My Bed. Glamour, charm, and Hollywood's golden era come alive in this playful cinematic moment. In 1960, Otto Frank, the father of Anne Frank, solemnly revisits the attic entrance in Amsterdam where his family hid for 2 years. A poignant moment of memory, loss, and the enduring impact of history. In Massachusetts, 1900, a lady poses gracefully, leaning on a chair for her solo portrait. This elegant image captures the fashion, poise, and quiet dignity of a bygone era in everyday life. Katharine Hepburn dazzles in 1938's Bringing Up Baby, embodying what many consider the first manic pixie dream girl. Her energy, charm, and mischievous spirit set a timeless standard in classic Hollywood comedy. This 1943 photograph by Jack Delano captures Pampa, Texas, during the heart of World War II. The image reflects everyday life in small-town America, showing resilience, simplicity, and the quiet rhythms of a bygone era. In 1907 Boston, W.E.B. Du Bois stands with the leaders of the Niagara Movement, a precursor to the NAACP. This historic gathering reflects early efforts to fight racial injustice and shape the future of civil rights. In 1952, Venezuelan dictator Marcos Pérez Jiménez solemnly takes the oath of office. This moment marks the consolidation of his authoritarian rule, reflecting a turbulent period in Venezuela's political history and governance. In 1920 Kansas, Miss Ethel Woodworth is captured in a double-shot glass negative, a creative photographic technique of the era. The image offers a unique glimpse into early 20th century portrait experimentation. On October 26, 1956, 30-year-old Queen Elizabeth II met Marilyn Monroe for the first and only time at a London film premiere. Two iconic women of the same age, from vastly different worlds, crossed paths. Captured in the 1890s on a glass negative, young Rachel Hogue poses in her puffiest shirt. The portrait reflects the fashion and charm of the era, offering a delicate glimpse into everyday life of the time. In 1945, Saul C. Korn, president of Fleming Hall Tobacco Company, was photographed performing part of his unusual job, testing cigarettes. This image reflects the tobacco industry's era and its curious corporate practices. This is Gustav Hackinson, famously known as the Steel Grandpa, wearing his homemade number 0 bib. At 66, he defied age limits in the 1951 Sverige finishing a full day ahead of all official competitors. Here we see young ladies Miss Trutt and Miss Moore posing elegantly for their portrait in Junction City, Kansas, 1898. Their poised expressions and period attire capture the grace and style of turn-of-the-century America. This is a scene from Suddenly, Last Summer, 1959, directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz. Starring Katharine Hepburn, Montgomery Clift, and Elizabeth Taylor, the film showcases intense drama and unforgettable performances from Hollywood's golden era. This is a promotional poster for the monster who challenged the world, highlighting its thrilling sci-fi adventure. The tagline, "Pick on somebody your own size," captures the film's dramatic tension and monstrous excitement for audiences. This image shows the installation of a speaker for Operation Wandering Soul during the Vietnam War. Used as a psychological tactic, it broadcast eerie sounds to unsettle enemy troops, reflecting the unconventional strategies of wartime operations. This is the winner of Miss Indian America 1954, celebrating Native American culture and heritage. Her crown and traditional attire symbolize pride, grace, and the recognition of indigenous women in a time of growing cultural visibility. This photograph captures two soldiers from the Honduran National Guard standing on a street in downtown Tegucigalpa, 1963. Their uniforms and posture reflect the era's military presence, offering a glimpse into Honduras's mid-20th century urban life. In 1978, Soviet geologists discovered the Lykov family, living in complete isolation deep in Siberia. Fleeing Stalin's persecution in 1936, they survived 42 years without human contact, unaware of World War II or modern technology. This 1954 photograph by Margaret Burke White shows a farmer near Walsh, Colorado creating a protective pattern across his fields using two tractors. The effort reflects strategies to combat soil erosion during the Dust Bowl era. This behind-the-scenes photo captures Alfred Hitchcock directing Sean Connery, Tippi Hedren, and Diane Carroll Baker on the set of Marnie, Universal Pictures, circa 1964. Hitchcock's meticulous guidance shaped the film's suspenseful, psychological storytelling. This poignant photograph shows four Korean comfort women shortly after their liberation by U.S.-China Allied forces outside Songshan, Yunnan Province, China, on September 7, 1944. Their expressions reflect the trauma endured and the relief of newfound freedom. This is Bela Lugosi in The Raven, Universal Pictures, circa 1935. Known for his iconic presence in horror cinema, Lugosi delivers a chilling performance that cements his status as one of Hollywood's legendary suspense actors. This photograph captures high fashion at the Longchamp Racecourse in Paris, 1908. Attendees showcase the elegance and sophistication of early 20th century style, with elaborate hats, tailored outfits, and the social flair of Parisian society. This daguerreotype, circa 1850 to 60s, captures a young lady with a strikingly intense glare. Her piercing expression and formal attire offer a glimpse into mid-19th century portraiture, where emotion and poise were immortalized on early photographic plates. This late 1800s family portrait from Phillipsburg, Kansas, captured by George A. Locke, showcases 3 generations together. Their poses and attire reflect the era's traditions, offering a heartfelt glimpse into family life of the time. This photograph by Matthew B. Brady captures a chaplain conducting mass for the 69th New York State Militia at Fort Corcoran, Washington, D.C., 1861. It reflects the spiritual life and solemn moments of soldiers during the Civil War. This photograph by Burke Uzzell captures a mother with her child at Woodstock, circa 1969. The image reflects the warmth, humanity, and intimate moments amid the historic music festival and the cultural revolution of the era. This photograph shows Frederick Douglass with his grandson Joseph in 1895. The image captures a personal, tender moment between the famed abolitionist and his family, offering a glimpse of his private life beyond his public legacy. This photograph depicts Chief Isaac of the Han-Huican people of Canada with his son Edward, circa 1899. The image poignantly reflects family bonds, cultural heritage, and the tragic early loss of Edward to tuberculosis at 14. This photograph features legendary blues musician Muddy Waters alongside drummer Fred Below. Together, they helped shape the Chicago blues sound, blending raw emotion and rhythm, leaving an enduring mark on American music history. This photograph shows a group of Italian Arditi from an unidentified assault battalion, likely the XXVII, in 1918. Known for their elite, daring tactics, these soldiers represent Italy's specialized forces during the final year of World War I. This photograph captures teenagers in Harlem, New York, in 1943. Their fashion, expressions, and surroundings reflect the vibrant urban culture of the era, offering a glimpse into everyday life and youth identity during wartime America. This is N.E. Leake, 1839 to 1899, a renowned American sideshow performer celebrated for her remarkable braiding, knitting, and sewing skills. Born without arms, she used her feet and legs to accomplish daily tasks with extraordinary dexterity. This photograph shows Ruth Bader Ginsburg in 1965, wearing baggy clothes to conceal her pregnancy. At the time, she feared it could jeopardize her position as a law professor at Rutgers, highlighting societal challenges faced by working women. This photo captures Princess Diana in 1987 shaking hands, ungloved, with an AIDS patient. Her courageous gesture challenged the stigma and fear surrounding the disease, showing compassion and raising global awareness about HIV/AIDS. This iconic image shows 6-year-old Ruby Bridges on her first day of school in 1960. She became the youngest black student to integrate an all-white elementary school in New Orleans, symbolizing courage amid intense resistance.